human decanting was something that we learned about, I would say, just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want me to tell you the story of the human wine decanter?
Please do.
So we heard this from somebody else that just heard through hearsay that this was a thing that people did. And I went online, typed in human decanting, and what I found was something that I did not love. It says, this person says, I was scouring through the interwebs recently and I came across a story. First of all, gross. For all the wrong reasons, I would like to now share this story with you. How kind of me. Blah, blah, blah. But essentially it started because a guy goes to the ER at a local hospital. He's complaining of irritation every time he urinates.
Huh.
Been there.
Oh.
He gets examined, and the doctor thinks nothing too unusual of it, sending the guy on his way to get a prescription of antibiotics. A couple weeks go by, and the gentleman has returned to the ER several times now, at which point the doctor knows that there's more to the situation than what's being let on. He tells the guy that unless he knows exactly what is going on, there's not much more he can do. So the guy tells his story. He tells the doctor that he was hired by very wealthy individuals. I'm imagining like Succession kind of stuff.
I'm thinking Eyes Wide Shut parties.
Yes, like that kind
Everybody's wearing a mask and not like a COVID mask.
Yeah. And so this was a form of, quote, luxury entertainment.
Okay, did he make these services available for hire, or did they just like hire him like, okay, this is what we want you to do situation?
It hard to say.
He probably went on Nextdoor and offered up his services.
So this is a form of luxury entertainment, and I hate saying this. This makes me sound like a
There's
scumbag.
nothing luxurious about this.
But them saying that it's luxurious makes me want to do it more.
Yeah, just let him finish.
So-
Let's make the judgment after.
So he's paid a ridiculously large sum of money to insert a catheter into his bladder. Does everyone know what a catheter is? In the
Yeah,
world?
it's one of the few things that makes me cringe when I think about
it's
it.
a little rubber tube that sticks up your pee-pee hole.
Mm-hmm. And so
Okay.
this drains the urine, and then you refill it with copious amounts of wine.
So they sucked out the pee
Yes.
and replaced it with wine.
Yep. And then taking a variety of drugs to ease the pain, the gentleman then makes his way around the venue, decanting wine from his penis into the guests' glasses.
Wait, so he's doing this in front of them? So it's like tableside wine service?
So like,
Sir, would you like some more?
So what does he put like a white or a white cloth over his arm and then like put his thing on top of it?
He just does like the wristwatch trick.
Does he just pop bottoms and go from table to table offering up pours? Like, how does it work? Or they come to him?
They should just have him as like a statue. Like, and it's like a little
yeah.
fountain. It's like when you go and
Fountain
there's
comes out of the
a
pee.
martini bar.
So they have like an actual decanter out there, and unfortunately, it's called Willie's Wine Decanter, and it's shaped like a
no.
penis. And so this is for poor people who can't afford to have these parties where
Yeah.
they have an actual human being going around.
To be
filling
clear,
their-
this involves an actual live human being.
So this is like what they did at. This is what Epstein was doing.
Epstein 100% is human decanting.
So like, go look at the flight logs, and all those people you see in the flight logs, they have definitely drank wine from a man's penis.
Okay.
Bill Gates is human decanted.
So there's like a sexual element to this, obviously, right? Because it doesn't do anything for the
because the penis is a sexual organ.
because the wine is not doing. It's not actually decanting wine. You know what I mean?
No, it's not. It doesn't.
It's not getting oxygen in the.
Well,
the
what if he does like some acrobatics before?
Yeah, but okay, people are eating. People are drinking. People are drinking coffee out of like cat poop. Why can't they just go in and
Dude,
like?
I will drink some cat poo coffee if you guys. Someone could just send it to me.
So why are you willing to do it with an animal putting stuff in its body, but you're not willing to drink a
number of
human decanted
reasons.
Pinot?
Because it comes straight from the peen, and like I feel like it's like farm to table or peen to table.
Peen
Like
Grigio has legs.
Oh god. This just seems. I don't know.
it's so wrong on so many levels here.
I'm gonna start buying Willie's penis decanters at like wholesale and just selling them and just reselling them on washedmedia.com.
So did his pee hole get infected? Like, what do we know what happened?
Probably because
The wine.
the wine and there's some probably yeast involved and just bacteria.
I don't
I
think
wonder-
you're supposed to be just shoving catheters.
Does it get in
into
your
yourself.
bloodstream if you put it up in your bladder? Like, did he get drunk?
Shouldn't. Might have been absorbed through the
Well, so do you
bladder.
guys have you guys heard of coffee enemas?
Yes.
Because there's this. Do you guys know who Emily Oberg
I
is?
answered that way too quickly, by the way. I've never done a coffee
She's like an
enema.
influencer. She has like a brand. She's recently, as Barrett said the other day in a tweet, she's on a year-long tour of trying to make everyone hate her right now.
Love it.
And so,
Nice.
yeah, she's kind of insufferable. And she takes every single product design for like her line of clothing. She steals from like another brand.
Some from Scaries.
Yeah, no, she didn't steal any from Scaries. That's the other girl. That's Allegra Shaw. Shouts to her. And then so apparently you just do an enema with coffee, and because like it's kind of like, I guess, butt chugging.
The caffeine
Sure.
stimulates the prostate, and it makes you.
Yeah, and so while Sally's never dealt with anybody that did this, she said that she's read about it because it's just weird, and she said that it's like addicting for people. People get like
Yeah.
addicted to do it because the high is so nice from the coffee. What I'm saying is that we need to get rid of our DeLonghi and just start doing coffee enemas with the squad.
DeBongi.
Can we hire just a super hot dude to decant our wine as well, just to hang out here?
That's why we hired Human Randy.
Jesus.
Okay.
Human
Didn't
Randy.
realize that.
Yeah, we didn't call him Human Randy because he wasn't going to be decanting.
Dude, I know weirdly way too much about coffee enemas from Rogan.
Oh, really?
Dude, there's every 6 months there will be a guy coming on, and he's just one of those dudes. I can't even remember this guy's name. It's one in particular, and he's like super into all the cutting edge stuff, and he kind of talks like this, and you're like, dude, you're insufferable, but you do some dope shit. And he's like a coffee enema every morning. He has like a squatty potty that he rolls over on. I'm like, dude, it
God.
just seems excessive, and I feel
Sally
like
told
that
me
wouldn't
that-
be good for you.
Sally told me that she read about a couple who'd been doing it for like, they would do it like all day. And they had kids that they were like pretty much ignoring responsibilities with because they were so addicted to doing coffee enemas that they were just doing it.
What if the nurse from Enema of the State wanted to give you a coffee enema?
I'm saying yes to that. Oh, well, in her current state or
No. Back like 1998.
do you know what was her name? Jenna.
I used to know. There was a time when I knew.
Okay, even I know who that girl is.
Her name was like Jenna or something.
Lady, I should say.
That was a hot cover.
Yeah, it was what. So when I bought the CD, I got another CD that was not parental advisory, and I put it on top of the Blink-182 one. And so when I went up to get rung up, I just set those two down, hoping that my mom wouldn't see. And then my sister, I believe my sister took the fall for me, and said like, "No, this is for me, Mom."
You know what shirt I wanted as a kid, but never was able to purchase for obvious reasons? It was the parental advisory. Like it was mocking parental advisory logo, and it said explicit fucking lyrics.
Oh
Like,
wow,
dude.
That is so lame.
Yeah, it sucks.
man. So a bladder can't carry a ton of liquid in it, right? So you got to keep refilling that bad boy. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would be the worst human decanter. No one wants
Yeah.
me decanting their
yeah,
wine.
Dave's out here pouring half glasses of wine.
Yeah,
to
and it's just
everybody.
inconsistent. And then like,
Will can fill up a whole table, no problem.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
Oh, your boy. Give
were-
me
you were
a
made for
Magnum.
this.
Give me a Magnum bottle. Give me it all. So there's actually, I just looked up something else again. There's actually like an actual like thing, like a medical study on this. And it says, when my colleague obtained a detailed history from the patient described decanting as the process by which, at a party for men having sex with men, he would go to the back room, self-catheterize his urinary bladder, drain out all of the urine, fill his bladder with wine, usually red wine, remove the catheter, and then return to the party and fill guests' empty wine glasses with his penis, with the wine sequestered in his bladder. He noted that he always received very generous cash tips for such guest services. He would then refill his bladder and repeat the same technique throughout the evening. And so, yeah, pretty much exactly what we said. They do reference, see, this is what makes me worried about this actual medical study on here from Joseph P. Myers, MD, is that he does reference the Urban Dictionary thing, and I don't. It makes me wonder if he knows that the Urban Dictionary is just completely human sourced,
Human source, much like this decanted wine.
much like the decanted wine. Correct.
I don't see us trying this, but if I would like, my goal is to be invited to a party that has this option. Like when they send you the menu, it's like check for chicken or fish or whatever you
Human
want.
decanted.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna check the box, but I would like to have the option.
You want to you want to be there when it's going down.
Yeah, like I want to watch from the other side of the room and just kind of like
Huh.
be like, man, I can't believe they're doing that, and then like secretly be like, man, that looks kind of good.
So I didn't want to tell you guys this. At our wedding, we were solely human decanting.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what that
because-
back room was.
Yeah, because we downsized everything and like did it like at the last minute, we had some extra funds left over, and we were like, well, do we have any humans that are willing to put wine in their penis?
You found a couple guys.
Yeah, and the hotel was like, actually, funny you ask.
It just seems unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather have human decanted wine in that manner, or just have someone take a sip of wine, swish it around in their mouth, and just spit it right into your mouth?
Oh, I'll take that.
You would take that over the
I
other
would
thing?
take saliva wine over bladder wine any day.
Yeah, I think I agree.
You know, wine that comes out of a penis. That's the thing here, Dave. Just doesn't sound too appealing to me.
But in these uncertain times,
what does it do to the tasting notes of the wine?
Nothing.
it's more full-bodied.
Oh, Dave.
You got to think it warms it up.
Yeah. What you don't want.
Because your human body. I mean, if you want to know the human body temperature, you can just walk into our
You
our
know what?
fucking
That's
office.
actually
98.6 or whatever.
It's actually a really good point. You don't want
Thank
your
you.
wine to be warm. Even red wine, you want it a little bit cooler than room temp. You want it like 60 something.
Can you imagine just like swizzling it around,
No, I cannot.
just taking it in?
Just nodes of apricot.
Why do people keep searching for just weird, gross ways to absorb their alcohol?
'Cause
Like, we had the butt chucking kid a long time ago. You've heard about the tampon thing, I'm sure.
Well, we're gonna need more on that.
So you basically just dip or soak a tampon with
yeah.
Dude,
vodka.
that's dangerous. Don't
yeah,
do
I've
that,
heard that's
ladies.
real dangerous.
Put it up your
Or
beehole.
fellas, don't do that either.
Put it up your beehole or your
Right,
if
right.
you're a
There's
lady,
many
your
holes.
other one.
Many options.
Right. Just don't do that. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna just continue to enjoy exactly one beer or Vizzy through my
Really?
my mouth orifice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mouth hole.
to be honest, I was a little annoyed the other night during Happy Hour Live, which has moved to Wednesdays now, by the way. So
Shouts to Wednesday.
Oh, tonight.
yeah,
Tonight's
tonight.
the
Hump
night.
Day Happy
Wet,
Hour.
people really calling it Wet Wednesday because I've seen that thrown around.
Hard to say.
It's not the worst name.
But this dude last week gave us a F, Marry, Kill for drinking beer out of like a glass, a bottle, or a can. And like in the back of my head the entire time I was like, so we're just not doing.
We have a new contender in the mix.
Yeah,
here.
we're not doing human one. Like what? Since when is that not a thing? I do like that. Like they at least have the enough class and luxury to drink it out of glasses, and they're not just like doing it in each other's mouths.
Yeah, that would be
Oh,
a little excessive.
you know that's going down though.
I also think that like I also think it's like this portrays it as only like men doing with other men. Like I would like to imagine that like I don't go to like men on men sex parties all that often.
Right.
So like if I go to a luxurious underground, if I'm at I don't know Pete Buttigieg's whatever his thing in Napa where they're drinking like $300 bottles of wine, I better be drinking it out of someone's member.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Mayor Pete gets down like that, just doing some member drinking, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude. Let's just break down the primary candidates most likely to have attended a party like this.
Were there any famous people at his thing?
I'm gonna say Joe Biden. Maybe.
I'm guessing if you just tip the guy extra, you cut out the middleman, which is the glass, and you just go straight to the source, straight to the
tap.
basically.
What if he's like, all right, guys, only a little bit left, and like they're getting him and like shaking him and like flipping him around,
Slapping the bag.
What the hell? You can't shake a whole person to get a couple of drops out.
There's like sediment in the bottom of the last glass.
Oh.
It's like, oh, what's that?
like a Kit Kat bar falls out of his butt.
This is just vile on many levels.
Yeah, I didn't expect. We have not been sitting on this story. Like, it's not like we were like, let's save this one for when we're all
No, this
together
is
and
hot
come
off
out of the
the
gate
press,
hot.
man.
This is
No, it's just like sometimes things just fall into your lap at the right time, and
or into your
the
glass.
world knew that we couldn't talk human decanting from afar. We had to do it together.
Yeah.